that's an astonishing 200 times faster, 200 times better productivity, 200 plus times better productivity. But he knows exactly where the mistakes are. And so a good exercise to try is whenever you use AI for your work, try to get the AI to make a mistake. Depending on the area that you are an expert in, it will take you somewhere between 90 seconds to 3 or 4 minutes to get, ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, one of these agents, to the point where it makes a mistake. At that point, stop and ask yourself, how did that happen? What happened? What was the area where it made a mistake? Why do you think it made a mistake? And whenever you use AI to help with some of the work that you're doing, you have to critically examine it to make sure that there is something that is not wrong in it. And what happens is our understanding of the world is based on actually how the world works. It is based on a 4-dimensional understanding of the world. Whereas when we put everything inside text, it's text. It's a linear capture of it. It's somewhat like, Plato's allegory of the cave, where people were looking at picture shadows in the cave and trying to understand what was going on in the world. And you cannot tell what is happening in the world that way by looking at 2-dimensional shadows of it, which is kind of what text is. So you have to apply your understanding of the world, your critical thinking, to what is being done by AI. And the more you do that, the more successful you will be, the more benefit you will see from AI.
That's a great point, Vishal, and important to not outsource our thinking. That's also a good one, and how you can actually get AI to perform better for you. Vishal, just one more question I can take.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Morning, Vishal. This is Dheeraj.
Hi.
It's wonderful to have one-on-one with you on this important topic. So today morning, Jack Dorsey fired 4,000 employees.
I think it was a couple of days ago.
Oh, a couple of days ago. I got the news today morning. So this seems to be accelerating. Now, obviously, India has large population of youngsters and wannabe software engineers in the coming months and years to come. This acceleration, what impact do you think it has on the young people who are getting ready to join the job market, especially in the software engineering side? And on a larger scale, what impact does it mean for the macroeconomic environment for the country, India?
If I can just add to that, Vishal, in fact, I just wanted to ask you about this. When the layoffs by Block was announced, while one section said, oh my God, this is the first big AI-led layoffs, the other half said, this is BS. It's just overhiring during COVID, and many CEOs are now using AI as an excuse to cut down the bloat in their workforce. I mean, Elon Musk cut down, Twitter to 26 people, and, there was no generative AI then, which was creating job losses. So where do you stand on this? Are we going to see companies and CEOs increasingly use AI as an excuse to make organizations more efficient? Are we confusing the job losses with AI at this point?
No, that's a very important question and a great question. And I mean, we don't know, none of us knows, Jack knows the reality, none of us does. It is possible that it has, that there were other factors involved which are nothing to do with AI. But at the same time, we have to keep in mind, he did say the reason is AI, and 40 or whatever, 45%, whatever the number was of the cut, is a large enough cut that, that's a very serious cut. That means that there must have been some role of AI in that. There is no doubt about that in my mind. So even if it wasn't 100% because of AI, there is no doubt that a significant part of the cut has to do with AI. And I think it's a software company, software-driven company. And software development has become very, very efficient because of AI. And so a small number of people who understand what they are doing can get a very unreasonable effectiveness, efficiency gain because of software. So I think there is no doubt that AI has some role in that. It may not be 100%, but it is a non-trivial role. And that really worries me. As a society, it worries me that how are we going to deal with this? Because there is no doubt that it is going to create a displacement. But longer term, I feel very hopeful, and especially to your question about software engineering and these kinds of things. I think that AI can be one of these tools that can help us no matter what we are doing. Whether we are someone writing a script for a movie, whether we are a chef looking to make and disseminate our recipes, whether we are a software developer, a researcher, an analyst, it can clearly have an effect of amplifying our work, of immediately making us aware of the best of whatever is there in the world at this point. It's like an aggregation of all that is known about whatever topic you are working on. And so that is incredibly powerful. And so my first advice is that no matter what you are doing, you have to bring AI into it, again in a critical way, like I said earlier in response to the previous question, but you have to bring it into what you are doing and see how it will improve what you do and accelerate what you do and make it better. And then I think longer term, we are not today at this point, but one of the great Indian philosophers and thinkers was Krishnamurti, Jiddu Krishnamurti.
Jiddu Krishnamurti.
And he wrote this beautiful book. Chandra, you and I have talked about this before, called Freedom from the Known. And where he talked about the fact that even if AI becomes perfect, whether you call it AGI or whatever, where instantly everything that is known to humanity is available to us through AI 100% accurately. And by the way, we are not there right now. We are probably years, if not decades from that point. But let's say we get to that point. What happens then? Then Krishnamurti already talked about it, freedom from the known. All innovation, all inventions of new things happen because we free ourselves from what is known and do something new.